So
All right.
Are we doing bringing back the ark?
Yes, bring back the ark.
Bringing it back.
Bring it back.
Let's bring it back.
Okay.
Let's
We're
find
bringing
the
it back.
warehouse.
Well, you said you know where it is, so.
I do. I don't have the grid.
Thanks.
That can get us to the country.
Thanks
What?
for joining us. Once again, thank you for joining us for another episode of our podcast, Redeemed. We're going to bring the ark back
Be a
today.
different episode.
Bring the ark back.
That's
Now,
redeemed on the road.
Yeah.
Now, we were having discussions because Michael's got some interesting ideas of where he thinks the ark
Michael
might be.
doesn't know anything.
But we're not sure he really knows anything. I told him I know where it's at. I've seen Indiana Jones.
Yeah, but you don't know
It's
where the
in a
warehouse
warehouse.
is.
You don't know where the warehouse is.
I don't have to know where the
Michael
warehouse
said-
Then therefore, you don't know where the ark is.
Michael said he knows where the warehouse is.
Ah,
He made that
I-
statement.
He did.
No, the country.
No, you
Yeah.
said,
I said I don't have the
I
grid.
know where the warehouse is.
Well, listen, it's in one country. I mean, if I walk around long enough, I'm bound to find it. Open enough doors. Ark in here? No. Close the door. Just going door to door. And nope, not saying the country. I don't want somebody to beat me to it.
And the ark that we are talking about is the Ark of the Covenant. Not Noah's Ark, but Ark of the Covenant.
No, that's in Kentucky.
Yeah. Noah's Ark is in Kentucky. Right. Okay.
Like, we're learning a lot on this episode.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Did they have, I meant to ask you, did they have like a giant model built? Is that what it was?
They have an actual ark. You can go in and
It's a replica of the ark.
yeah, and you go walk in and they have like what they think, you know,
Well, yeah.
like here's where the animals probably were. Here's how they fed up. Yeah, but like you walk in the ark and it has like 3 levels.
They give you a shovel to clean up after
Yeah, you gotta clear out the animals. Yeah. Yeah, that's
You have
just
to do
great.
that.
That's what they should do. Put all the animals on there.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Get some fake animals.
we're not talking about that ark though. We're talking about the Ark of the Covenant. Okay, it's the one that Indiana Jones found. Okay, you tracking with me?
Not in Kentucky.
Not in Kentucky. Okay, so the Ark of the Covenant. It is a pretty it is a very interesting piece of history, I guess. But it was something that God really held special and moved through, if you will. I mean,
Yeah,
where,
it was
where the
his
Ark of the
presence.
Covenant, so long as the people were following the Lord, the Ark of the Covenant had some power.
Yeah, whenever the Old Testament it talked a lot about the Ark of the Covenant, they would always bring that out to their battles because that was when the winning started.
Yeah.
Now, for some of them, it did turn out so well, and that's how the Ark got
Correct.
got away from the Israelites to begin with,
Yeah.
Yep.
because they thought, "Oh yes, we'll take it into battle. This will save us."
Uh-huh.
It didn't. And
The Ark is magic.
Yeah.
And a lot
I
of
mean,
them
for a
didn't-
pagan nation, I mean, that does make sense
Yeah.
though.
A lot of
Oh yeah,
them.
and it was kind of their last ditch
Yeah.
hope.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Didn't work
Backfired.
out well.
so
yeah.
anyway, David found the Ark. He wants to bring it back to Jerusalem.
Yep.
He starts the process of bringing it back. The issue comes
Didn't
with
follow
the
instructions.
way they do it. Okay, God's very, very much about following His instructions.
Very detailed.
And the Ark of the Covenant was special to him,
Yes.
and he wanted it to be treated special. He did not want it thrown on the back of a cart,
Never to
pulled
move.
by 2 oxen.
Ever.
Okay, that was not the plan. He didn't set it up that way, and that's not what he wanted.
And he didn't just forget to say, "Oh, by the way, you can throw it on a cart and let some ox pull it."
Yeah, no,
He didn't just forget to mention that.
no,
Pretty clear with
Uh-huh.
his instructions.
no. He's very clear with how he wanted this Ark of the Covenant to be treated. To be carried, it was supposed to be carried by the priest. It was supposed to be carried by 2 long rods going through it.
Yep.
And you carried it with reverence.
Don't touch it.
And you do not touch it.
Yeah. Isn't that right, Uzzah?
And so what we have here is they just threw it on the back of an ark, or not the back of a cart, and they were trying to bring it back. It hits a bump, more or less, begins to shift and fall.
Yep.
At this point, though, you have to understand that God's already angry. It says he's angry.
Yeah, he's not happy that they're moving it by cart.
And so this poor fella thinks, well, I'll help out, and he'll steady the ark. He reaches out and touches it. Boom, guy's dead.
Right on the road.
Yeah.
I kind of feel sorry for that guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah.
I don't think he was trying to be disrespectful. I think he was just trying to catch the ark.
Just trying to help. It's falling. Don't worry, guys. I'll help. Psych. Dead.
So I kind of feel sorry for that guy. And I thought it was interesting because if you read about it, it says then that after he fell dead, that David was angry at the Lord, or he became angry because of the Lord's wrath that had broken out against Uzziah.
Correct.
And so David becomes angry, because of the
Unafraid.
way the Lord handled it.
Yeah.
It said in the commentaries that it's probably because David kind of felt like it was his fault because he didn't do it the right
I like
way.
the way the commentary talks about it because
Yeah.
it talked about he was probably angry at multiple things at that time.
Yeah.
Not just
God.
he was mad at himself. He was probably mad at Uzzah a little bit. Like, hey, dude, that was dumb, wasn't it?
yeah.
But
And then it's interesting because then David was afraid of God, and so it sat at this person's house for 3 months after that.
You know what? You hold on to this
We're
for a
just
while.
gonna park that right there.
We're gonna go back and regroup.
We're gonna do this probably the right way.
Yeah, because something has gone horribly wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually they do come back, they do get it, and they do it the right way. And lo and behold, guess what? They bring it right on into to Jerusalem.
Yep.
And just like it was meant to be the first time.
It'd be pretty cool to be the guy's house that they parked the ark at.
Yep.
Talks about how Ark of the God remained with the family of Obed-Edom in his house for 3 months, and the Lord blessed his household and everything he had.
Like I said, there was something special about this ark.
He was probably thinking like, hey guys, we can just
Leave it
right there.
I'm not touching it. It's fine
Yeah.
right where it's at.
Yeah, we're good.
I got it, guys. Don't worry about it.
I got a leaf blower. I'll blow it off every once
Listen,
in a while.
anybody that touches it's gonna die anyway, so we're good.
But what I want us to pull from it, I mean, it's an interesting story. You know, we've kind of laughed about it a little bit. There's some pretty tough things there too. I mean, like I said, Uzziah just reached out, touched it, and he's dead.
Yep.
You know, God doesn't mess around.
No, when he gives his like
Yeah.
we said, his instructions come with details, and they're not just because he likes to hear himself talk.
And sometimes I don't think we give the Lord enough fear. We don't have enough fear of the Lord. Does that make sense? I mean, you hear about this story about a guy who just touched it and died.
Yep.
You go to the New Testament and you hear about these people who lied to him and they fall
Dead.
over dead. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I don't think we have enough fear for the Lord.
Well, that's what I think at the end when it talks about that David was afraid of God. I think before he had a fear, but I think this one truly was. It was almost like it's like tear-based fear.
Yeah.
Before he was a lower level fear, like I fear the Lord, and then he saw this happen. He's like, okay, guy's not playing around.
Yeah.
I am scared.
Mm-hmm. And so, and I mean, it just there was a fear of the Lord amongst them. And sometimes I don't think that we share that same fear. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Because we're not sitting right there and God's knocking people over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, to have been there, to see that, to watch the guy touch it and fall over dead, there would have been definitely something instilled in you for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But what I want us to pull is that God has ways He puts things together. Mm-hmm. Now, it may not always make sense to us, but it's the way He wants it done.
Yep.
And when we don't obey and do it the way He wants, there can be some pretty serious punishment, if you will, or action that can take place.
Yeah. Moses didn't get to go to the promised land.
Exactly, because he struck the rock instead of talking to it. I mean, the list goes on and on. God's got a plan. He wants it done this way. And when you don't do it that way, you're putting yourself outside His plan.
And there will be repercussions for that.
Yes. So we want to make sure that as redeemed Christians, we're following God's plans the way He tells us to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And where do we find that plan? Well, the easiest place to start?
Right
here
there.
in the Bible.
Yes.
Okay. If we're in the Word like we should, that plan should make way more sense. You know.
Absolutely.
Which, these people didn't have that.
No.
David probably didn't have a copy of the Bible just sitting at his house.
No, probably did not.
And so being on the other side of that is a big help to us because we can see more of the plan.
Absolutely.
But that being said, we just want to make sure that when we're joining God in His plan, that we do it the way He wants it, not the way we want to do it. Yep. Yeah, it was probably easier to throw the ark on the back of a cart and get it there quicker.
But the ox do the work.
But that's not the way God wanted it.
Nope.
God wanted the respect and the reverence, and He wanted to do it the right way.
Absolutely.
And as a result, somebody died because of it.
Yep.
So, do things the way the Lord wants you to do them. It may not make sense to us. It makes sense to Him, and that's all that matters.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.